Why is it important to look back and celebrate all of life's little wins? That's the topic we're pondering today on The Art of Lifing with Keka. Welcome to the 52nd episode of The Art of Lifing with Keka. I am so excited to be here with you and to have had you on this journey with me so far for our inaugural year. This is a channel that I've wanted to make for a really long time, and I'm just really excited to be celebrating the fact that we have put together videos and shared this Art of Lifing journey once a week, every week for the past year. And I want to take this opportunity to really thank you for joining me on this, and I hope that you'll continue to do that. So today I wanted to share this idea of celebrating life's little wins, and not just in the moment, which I think is critically important, but also to sometimes look back on our lives and really celebrate and evaluate our lives that way. And this was a lesson I actually learned earlier this year, kind of by accident. So we were in December on social media. I'm looking at everybody's pictures of their holiday messages and their year in review, and so much of the work that I'm doing and how I'm focused is future forward. And I believe that you can't have regrets from the past because you can't go back and change your past. But I do also believe that you can learn from your past. But here's what happened for me. In December, as I was looking at all of the social media feeds of my friends and all of these amazing accomplishments people had done, the things that they had gone through, the big wins that they were celebrating, in my head, I kept thinking of all the things I still have to do that lie ahead of me. And I was so fixated on the goals that I wanted to get done faster than I was actually getting them done, and I was so fixated on how impatient I was about that, that I actually forgot to go back and celebrate the big wins that I had over the course of the year. And in fact, you know what I did instead? I was reprimanding myself. I was like, 2018 didn't turn out to be as big a year as I was hoping, but here's to 2019. We're going to make this work. We're going to make this year coming up the biggest that it could be. And I almost was thinking, I didn't complete all my goals in 2018. That's the story that I was telling myself in my head. And normally, I think for most people, the story we tell ourselves in our head is what we accept as truth. I certainly do. And so to me, the truth was 2018 wasn't as big a year as I had hoped, but now I have a task ahead of me to make 2019 great. But here's the thing. There was an exercise I saw that different people were doing that they said the top 10 pictures or the top 12 pictures of 2018 that they wanted to share on social media. And I thought, I love taking pictures. I should actually do this too and maybe see what my top pictures were. And in doing that exercise, my mind was blown in terms of how subjective and how untrue the story I was telling myself in my head was. Because here's the thing. In 2018, in March, I gave my TEDx talk in Windsor all around sharing gratitude. That was a key marking moment for me on this Art of Lifing journey as we started to move. And in fact, when I gave my TEDx talk, the Art of Lifing wasn't even a concept that I had thought of at that point. So I saw that and I thought, oh my gosh, that's a really big win that I didn't even think about. Then when I looked on throughout the year, it was a year of award wins for me. So I got some really amazing accolades with DDB and the team where I consult there. My son graduated from grade 8. He won all kinds of awards that we were so proud of. My younger son won championships at different running tournaments that we celebrated together. We traveled together. It was the first time last year that I sponsored a conference with the Art of Lifing logo out there in the world for the world to see. It's the first year I started my YouTube channel. One thing after another, the pictures one after another reminded me just how amazing the year was and what a milestone year it was for me. And I had forgotten that. I was so focused on everything that I was going to do up front and the things that I have my to-do list in my head that I forgot about all of the amazing things that happened. So in doing this, I actually ultimately couldn't pick out 12 pictures. I think I ended up with like my 25 top pictures of the year. So here's the big lesson I took away from this entire experience. The story we tell ourselves in our head, even though we think it's true, is not always true. And so it's really important periodically to look back and see the accomplishments that you've made and look at it collectively so that you can see the milestones, and then if you need to, you can recalibrate the story in your head of what you're telling yourself. Quite often when we celebrate all of those little wins that we experience in our lives, we forget it after it happens. But this kind of reminder can bring that equity back into our lives to fuel us to continue to move forward. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anybody that you care about. If you want to be notified every time a new video comes up, then hit that little bell icon to be notified. I put up new videos every Tuesday. And finally, if you have any comments for me, please share them with me. I really want to do this journey with you together.